Indians.
Put up a good show. Good luck. Second.
Final words of referee Samuel Kondashi. But I can tell you right now that this is a crash fight. This is a crash fight. You see one boxer, Paul Kamanga, undefeated up against Adam Timur.
Well, Peter, I'd say even more than a grudge fight, it's a terrifically matched fight because you've got two fighters here that have had 21 fights between them and 20 wins. I mean, it's, they're both the two most talented junior welterweights in the country.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Brian. Paul Kamanga starting the cells over there with the overhand left.
Of course, Adam de Boer finding out the southpaw stance. Kamanga is putting on the pressure. Lands a left hook.
There's been so much talk about this fight, Brian. Left right combination there from Paul Kamanga. But look how Adam Timur comes back.
De Boer's got lovely hand speed. And of course, Kamanga, what can you say? An unblemished record. For a guy like Zan Yonko, was undefeated and won almost every round. Oh, good work from De Boer. Good right hand from De Boer.
There's a left jab, straight left from De Boer. And I can tell you something, Brian, that Colin Nathan is working on the weaknesses. What he thinks are the weaknesses of Paul Kamanga. They think that Paul Kamanga cannot take a punch because you remember his last two fights, he was caught, he was nearly knocked out, but he came back strongly to win that fight. So they think that he cannot take a big punch.
Yeah, I beg to differ. You know, Kamanga's been tagged once or twice, wobbled a bit, but he's had 10 fights and he's only 20 years old. So I don't think we can say that he doesn't take a good shot. But Colin Nathan has become a good tactician and he works and he's on a hot streak and his fighters are really in good shape, you know. Yeah. But I mean, the same goes for Hector Gilmore. I think Gilmore's guys are in great shape. They work hard out of his gym. So this is it. We're definitely not going to see one of these guys run out of steam.
Definitely, Brian.
Or lose for running out of steam.
And they had a common opponent, that was Raifiwa Maema, and the man who stopped Granfuri in the first round. He lost to Paul Kamanga. That was last year in October. Paul Kamanga beating him on points there in Soweto.
Yeah, he's got nice footwork, Paul Kamanga. You know, he moves his head nicely side to side. He's very deceiving because he looks easy to hit and he's not easy to hit. And of course, De Boer, of course, has the hand speed, but a nice right hand from Kamanga.
Definitely, Brian. A beautiful matchup between these two boxers. You can see that, you know, both are taking risks because there's really no reason for them to meet each other because they've got such fantastic records. Both of them, they could have gone their own way, but they decided that they're prepared to put their records on the line and face each other.
Yeah, it was brave of Colin Nathan and of course Hector Gilmore to take a fight of this. But you're going to fight the best to be the best, you know, and Adam de Boer knows that, and so does Paul Kamanga.
You can see the crowd there appreciating the first round.
And of course, that was Mike Book, sponsor for Bulldog Projects, owner of Bulldog Projects. You see Paul Kamanga's corner, Hector Gilmore, Bank Stadium, and Raymond Saturday.
Close behind, right? Straight in front of you, right? But it's a long close to the body, and you can't touch it, okay? But you must have it down. Cancel it. Straight in front of you. Uppercut to the gut will bring it straight down the middle. Watch out. Watch me. Down the middle. Now, listen to me. After you miss it on the inside, I want the body shot. No. Now listen to me, Adam. Very careful. When you finish punching, you got to get back to position. Move the head.
Well, Peter, I think the first round was pretty even. How would you go from the second round?
Oh, I agree with you, Brian. Even round. But if really I was to score for somebody, I'd really give it to Paul Kamanga. I think he did enough. He was moving forward all the time and he did land some few punches. I think he might have shaded that round.
Well, there we see your commentators Peter Lepeng and Brian Mitchell. Commentators Henny Kots and Pierre Kutza. The Afrikaans commentators, the fantastic Pierre Kutza, a former South African heavyweight champion.
It's really good to have
Henny Kutza.
Mr. Kutza really joining us in the commentary box. Former South African champion.
Yeah, I think if one has to lean towards a winner for round one, you'd have to go with Paul Kamanga. You know, strangely enough, Peter, and it happens so often in the fight game, two talented fighters, two good fighters anywhere worldwide, don't always land up being a good fight. You know, you put two guys together and you think, wow, look at this talent, and they're so good that it lands up being a boring fight.
Exactly, Brian. But I don't think this one is going to be a boring fight, Brian. Both boxers want to win.
That's why you look at the great Mayweather. I mean, you know, his fights are boring, but he's just so good. And you get two good fighters. The Klitschko brothers, I would say the heavyweights, boring and no good.
They're really boring.
But don't tell him I said that, Peter.
But I agree with you, Brian. Beautiful combinations coming from Paul Kamanga, Brian. I think really he's giving Adam Dimo all that he could handle.
Yeah, he's throwing the cleaner punches, landing the cleaner punches as Kamanga. Adam's a bit cautious right now. Maybe showing too much respect. But he's got 10 rounds to work on. There's that hand speed from Damour.
Unfortunately, he didn't land with any of those punches. Another good right hand there going through from Paul Kamanga.
Kamanga's got that talent. As I said in the first round, he can move his head side to side so well. Oh, brilliant body punch from Damour.
Oh, another good one. He was in the ropes, Brian. And he came back with a beautiful left uppercut to the body of Paul Kamanga.
Oh, great right hand from Adam Damour. Brilliant right hand, in fact. He got Paul Kamanga's attention. And how do you go with that round? Tough round to score.
He's very, very strong because it was all Paul Kamanga through the round. But he's causing it. Adam Damour came very, very strongly.
Pushing him back.
And
All those body shots down and come up. He's going to start shooting up because you're going down. So watch that. That's why, listen to me. You start fainting now.
There we see the slow-mo of round two. Paul Kamanga's trying a little bit with the inside of the glove with the left hook. Well, if you just join us, this is round number 3 of our main supporting back here in Prince Palace. Bulldog Projects, Malice at the Palace. It has been a great evening of boxing. Paul Kamanga, Adam Damour. In the scheduled 10 round. Damour seems to be coming on. Fought well towards the end of the second round.
And the champion in this division, Brian, South African champion, is Zoli CEO from the Eastern Cape. And we also have Zolani Mahali from the Eastern Cape, the WPF champion. But the funny thing about the ratings is that now we have Adam Dimo being rated number 8. And Paul Kamanga doesn't feature in the top 10.
Yeah, I'm sure that they made a mistake somewhere there. Good right hand from Kamanga.
Beautiful jab there from Paul Kamanga.
Please pass that phone.
Good right hand to the body from Kamanga. Damour needs to throw more punches. He's got brilliant hand speed. He mustn't be so cautious if he wants to win this contest here tonight.
You're right, Brian, 100%, because that's what Colin Nathan, his trainer, told him. And said you must fake left and come back with the right.
Well, the man throwing more punches is Paul Kamanga and landing more punches. Adam needs to get the work rate going. As I said, he's a little bit cautious and he mustn't leave it too late either in the round.
Yeah, and again, Brandy, I've got a feeling that he's falling into the trap of trying to come up with big punches. As I told you, they believe that Paul Kamanga cannot take a big punch, so they're thinking that one big punch from Adam Moor and Paul Kamanga will go out. Will be taken out.
Yeah, Kamanga's fighting the right fight. Well, so far it's a Paul Kamanga round. Just purely on work rate, not on anything amazing.
I'll agree with you, Brian. He seems to be doing all the work, and the good thing is that he knows when to come in, Brian, and he knows when to come out.
Well, like I said from the first round, what I enjoy about Paul Kamanga, a guy who's only 20 years old, he's got a lot of professional moves. And obviously he's a professional fighter in his 11th outing. But he does things that a 20-year-old doesn't normally do. And of course it's all credit to Anton Gilmore, his trainer. How would you go with that round, Peter?
I'll give it to Paul Kamanga, Brian.
Then we see Rhino Lieberberg, Joey Stuckler, and champion Hickey Butler, #1 in the world by ring. The IBO and WBA strawweight champion of the world, Hickey Butler. He will be fighting in Monte Carlo on the 21st of June, defending both those titles.
The thing is, goes on into the air.
We're looking for bigger shots.
The lead left hand.
Hickey Butler
He sees that left uppercut coming. You want to face.
looking at the WBC and the IBF title.
Draw him in for jab, let it counter, let it come underneath. You understand what I'm saying? You've got to work harder now. Round 4 coming up now.
You have to work.
Stay tight.
What the guy does is something that
Well, there you see that's exactly what Paul Kamanga had around. Just a little bit more work rate, a bit busier. Yeah, on our unofficial scorecards. Round 3 belong to Paul Kamanga.
Yeah, and round number 4 now, scheduled for 10 rounds. But now, Brian, we understand why Adam Moor has been really cautious. He's saying he's not throwing punches. That is because he's trying to set some traps for Paul Kamanga. That's what his trainer told him. Set some traps, wait for him to come in, take a left and then throw a right hand.
And of course, it's easier said than done, Peter. You've got to find the target. And Paul Kamanga's not an easy target. You saw that brilliant hand speed now that Adam Moor just used, and he never landed one punch.
100%, Brian.
So it's you're only as good as your opponent allows you to be.
Allows you to do, exactly. Because now only 20 years of age, Paul Kamanga in the white trunks, fighting brilliantly, undefeated in 10 fights. 7 of those wins coming by way of knockout.
Yeah, in fact, both fighters got 7 knockouts each. And 11 fights to Moor, 10 fights to Kamanga.
Adam Moor, the only blemish on his record in December 2012 when he was stopped by Rafael Maema in the first round in a very, very controversial stoppage.
What Moor needs to do, Peter, is he needs to work from the bottom up against a guy like Kamanga, because Kamanga is very slippery. He needs to throw uppercuts and then come to the head, where he's missing over the top completely. He's fighting the wrong fight, Mr. Moor.
100%, but that's exactly what he said during my colleague Nathan told you. But it doesn't seem to be doing that. But as you say, it's easier said than done, because when it's outside there, does your opponent allow you to do what you want to do?
Exactly. But you've got to try something. In the fight game, if plan A doesn't work, you've got to have plan B, C, and D. And unfortunately, Moor's not using plan B. Oh, great right hand! And it's over. Oh, great left hook from Adam Moor. The Paul Kamanga's landing bombs here. And Moor is hurt. It's all Paul Kamanga. Adam Moor's in serious trouble in round 4. Oh, big right hand from Kamanga. And I don't think this fight's going to last much longer. It's all Paul Kamanga. Brilliant stuff. Oh, the right hand again. Right uppercut. And Moor's hurt.
How long can Moor take his punishment? How long can the referee allow him to take all his punishment? It's all Paul Kamanga.
Paul Kamanga is looking brilliant during round 4. Left hooks, right uppercuts. boxer. To Paul Kamanga in round 4. Oh, the right uppercut again from Kamanga. How much longer is the ref going to allow this fight to go on? And how much can Adam de Moor take?
What is keeping him standing? I don't know, Brian. But he survived the rounds. Adam de Moor, he can hardly sit on his stool. He's completely exhausted. Big punches from Paul Kamanga.
Are you with me? Do you want me to stop? You're not punching back. You're not working. I'm giving you one more shot. You can't win. If you can't win.
Well,
If you don't show me that shot, stop it. Can you right
well, that's very mature, Colin Nathan.
You have one shot. Make something
He's
happen
giving
now.
him one chance.
It's up to you now.
That's the only Colin Nathan said, I'll give you one more chance.
Make something happen.
That onslaught in the last round. Look at Paul Kamanga, Brian.
Oh, he's fighting brilliant, Peter. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Look at this 20-year-old in action in his 11th fight with his unblemished record. That's Adam de Moor's sister. Unfortunately, it's not going to help him here tonight.
And you see, Brian, I don't agree with Colin Nathan for once because he's saying Adam de Moor is not fighting back. But Adam de Moor did try to fight back, Brian. But there was just so many punches coming from Paul Kamanga that he didn't know what was happening. Let's see if Paul Kamanga will be able to finish him off in this round.
Yeah, there was a stage where he wasn't throwing punches back. And either your corner is going to stop the fight or the referee is going to stop the fight. You've got to throw back, otherwise the fight can be stopped. Especially when you're in trouble. Well, that's exactly what Adam de Moor must do now. Go for broke.
Well, Paul Kamanga seems to be complaining about the corner of Adam de Moor. I think maybe
Too much water there in the corner. As Paul Kamanga, well, he's so focused as he lands with that right uppercut and left hook.
you can see now the difference now. Adam de Moor is fighting back. He's told that don't just stop and let Paul Kamanga hit you. You must hit back. He's trying to do that, but his problem is that there's an upper heel that moves. And it's all Paul Kamanga game.
Yeah, big right hand from Kamanga, right uppercut left hook. De Moor's got to throw punches back now. De Moor's got to start throwing. That's it. That's the worried look of Colin Nathan. But he's keeping a close eye on his charge. He's a good trainer. Oh, there's the right hand again from Kamanga. And De Moor just doesn't have an answer to that right hand.
And but he must be careful that he mustn't worry about the referee stopping the fight. He must be worried about his own corner, Colin Nathan. He protected him and said, if you're not going to punch back, I'm going to stop this fight.
Yeah, I don't think Colin Nathan's too far from stopping the fight. Save your man for another day. But De Moor is throwing a few punches back.
Yeah, there he is now. Colin Nathan is shaking his head. And I think it's a question of time. If he thinks that his boss is not doing well, he won't hesitate to stop the fight.
Yeah, it's a worrying factor, especially when you've got a young, talented guy like De Moor. And you know he can fight, but he's taking a beating. There's a right uppercut in the right hand again from De Moor. And the bloody nose from De Moor. At least from Kamanga in the right hand. Oh, right uppercut again from Kamanga. Good right hand from De Moor. Can he come back here? Oh, brilliant stuff from Adam de Moor. And he's hurt for Kamanga. And he's going to change for the push.
I told you, Brian, this
Brilliant.
was for the fact that Paul Kamanga cannot take a punch. And look what happens now. He was on top in the last round. He was on top of his opponent. He didn't stop him.
And Adam de Moor can crack. There's no doubt about that. Wow, what a fight. Paul Kamanga's back here now. Right uppercut by Adam de Moor. Brilliant stuff.
Paul Kamanga can hardly stand on his feet, Brian. He needs to hold. He needs to hold. Take for the win.
Wow, that was great stuff from De Moor. Finish it out.
You can see his sister there, very, very happy. Adam de Moor. What a comeback from Adam de Moor. And round there was one game lost by Paul Kamanga.
What you bouncing and throwing punches for legs. Listen, you guys. I need you bouncing, okay? finding the punches from angles, okay? That's why I wanted you to get up on your legs, and that's why it works in the belief. Your 5 round left. You suck it up. Okay, deep breath. Deep breath. You touch it down, top of him now, okay? Let's stop. He hasn't recovered. You have time to finish. You have. You're a counter corner though. Take your punch. Easy. Take your punch. Easy. Behind the jab and look for those others again and you'll be good.
Well, it's another poor Kamanga round. But Adam de Boer made a brilliant recovery in the last 30 seconds. Almost knocked poor Kamanga out. And had poor Kamanga wobbling around. And can he turn it around now? Here comes de Boer. And Kamanga looks like he's in trouble. But he's taken it well. Good call by the referee. Great right hand, de Boer.
There's absolutely no doubt the strategy of Kamanga now, Brian. He wants to go on his bicycle. He realizes how big Adam de Boer can punch. So that is why he's going to be on his bicycle and try to enforce Adam de Boer.
That's always been the dangerous bit. Is that de Boer can flat, but I mean Kamanga is talented. Here comes Kamanga again. De Boer's thrown his right hands. Both fighters can be taken out here. They can both hit a little bit. Looking for Kamanga. Brilliant work from both Kamanga. Right uppercut. De Boer says bring it on, but that's not the right tactic. He's got to fight his way out there.
I'm telling you what Adam de Boer is trying to do, Brian. He's trying to move Kamanga to come in and catch him with one of his haymakers, because he realized in the last round that Kamanga cannot take a big punch. And that's what he's trying to do right now. He's waiting on the ropes, waiting for him to come in, open himself up, and then knock him out.
Yeah, he's a wrong tactics, Peter. He's looking for the big punch now, de Boer, where he should just come to boxing and work right. And the knockout comes by itself. That's when his fighters don't get it. The youngsters, you can't look for a knockout. A knockout comes on its own. As soon as you look for a knockout, your opponent knows you're looking for it, and you don't get the knockout.
But whichever way it goes, Brian, I want to credit to these two boxers.
Brilliant.
It's a brilliant fight, and I think this fight can actually steal the show. It's a main supporting bout, but it might as well have been the main fight, Brian.
Yeah, Peter, this is more than it lived up to. Because we expected it to be a good fight, two talented guys. Oh, big right there from Kamanga. But we didn't realize it's going to be such a good fight. Adam de Boer is getting caught with right hands.
He's getting caught like it happened in the last round, Brian. And in the last 10 seconds, he came back strongly. But you can see now that Kamanga is wary of that. He's winning that round, but he's very much aware that Adam de Boer comes back strongly in the last few seconds to fill the round. And I don't think it's going to happen this time around with 14 seconds left in round number 6.
Yeah, well, de Boer right now is a man that's getting beaten, and he's looking for that one-punch knockout. He's running out of ideas, is Adam de Boer. So he's just waiting for that big knockout. But he showed a big heart. All credit to Adam de Boer and Colin Nathan. Look at Rhino Liebenberg, his stablemate, concerned and worried.
Kamanga.
And the thing is, listen to me. The thing is, if you pick your punches down the middle, we're just waiting for the counter. It's not going to happen. We've got to set it up with that jab. Behind. Telling you behind, okay? Take your shooting shot. Coming on the angle. He's waiting on the house, shooting with the overcut back with a left uppercut. Over left uppercut. Finish the combo, okay? And you can land it.
Look at that onslaught, Brian. Big left from Adam de Boer. Tries to follow up. But look how clever Kamanga gets out of trouble.
Yeah, this is where Kamanga is good. When he's got you in the ropes.
Crowd enjoying this fight.
Well, as I said, Peter, this is even more than we expected when these two guys signed to fight each other. And it's been a good fight.
And credit also must go to the referee, Brian Simon Kamlashi is doing a very, very good job. He's not interfering except when it's necessary. And yes, the two boxers also. They are having
Yeah, Simon is doing a very good job, Peter. You're right. You know, one tends to sometimes forget about the referee. Can also be the reason for a good or a bad fight.
100%.
And of course, the great Stank Disabulu is in the room tonight. Hall of Famer. The only South African referee and judge in the International Boxing Hall of Fame.
What a good fight, Brian. And this is what we bring to you. Super Sport, the World of Champions. This is fight in the junior welterweight division. Paul Kamanga in the white trunks against Adam de Moor in the black trunks.
It's a last warning, guys. Last warning.
Samon Kamlashe raiding the right hand there to the corner of Adam de Moor, through to Colin Nathan. And said, keep it down, stop shouting.
Both fighters taking a bit of a breather here. Looks like in round 7. And why not? I mean, what a terrific fight it's been for 6 rounds. Paul Kamanga must be ahead of points. But Adam de Moor, all credit to him, fighting a good fight.
He's still very, very dangerous, Brian. And the tail tactic now. Had this trainer Colin Nathan say, don't stop now and wait for an opening, because it's not going to come. You have to create your own openings. You must use your jab, open him up, and then throw your right hand.
Yeah, Colin Nathan told him to hang in there. Only 5 rounds left. It was a round to go. But if he doesn't throw punches, of course, you can't hang in there if he's not throwing punches.
As she said, by credit must go to both boxers, but both in trouble.
Oh, big right hand to the midriff. And down goes Adam de Moor. Solar plexus, a straight right. Wow. And that was a body punch. Most of the punches went to the head. Oh, now de Moor's in serious trouble.
He is, Brian. Body punches to the solar plexus. There the other can see is winning.
Paul Kamanga. Adam de Moor in serious trouble here. Left hooks, right to back. Stop the fight. He's won the fight. Paul Kamanga's won in devastating style. Brilliant. Well done, Anton Gilmore. Well done, Paul Kamanga. Well done, Colin Nathan and Adam de Moor for great courage. But what a win for this 20-year-old. What maturity. Paul Kamanga is sensational.
He's sensational, Brian. There's no doubt. He is the real deal, Brian. If anybody thought that Paul Kamanga really was not for real, this fight that he took, which he didn't have to take really, against the